Hi, I'm Allison White from WhyteWing.com, and I am here to tell you 3 ways that you can get started working in precious metal clay long before you are the Michelangelo of the age. You do not have to be a skilled sculptor to start working in precious metal clay. Believe me, because I'm not. I'm really, really not. But I'm still able to work. I'm still able to get the result I want, and there are 3 ways that I'm doing it. So I'm going to show you what those are right now. If you have more questions, if you're working in precious metal clay, if you are working in other types of metal, doing wire work or working in sheet metal, I totally want to see your profile. I want to see, I want to follow, I want to know what's up. So drop a comment and I will come find you. If you are interested in this, follow me and I will keep doing what I'm doing. Anyway, let me show you. Okay, at the moment we are free range, no tripod, so I'm gonna try very hard not to make anyone seasick. But here we go. 3 ways to be able to work in precious metal clay without being an accomplished sculptor to begin with. There are molds that are available for sale, silicone molds that are available from places like Cool Tools and Rio Grande and some other places, made specifically for precious metal clay, and they're affordable. They're a great way to get started. Secondly, you can make your own molds. If you've watched my videos before, then these 2 things will be familiar to you. The silicone plastique that I got from Amazon, the easy mold that I got from Michaels. Using these, you can use objects that you already have in your life, make a mold out of them, and you can use them in your art, bearing in mind that when you make a mold and you put the clay in, it'll be that size in the greenware state, but when you fire it, it will shrink. So don't expect it to come out this size when it's done. Anyway, you can use textures too, just like molds. These are some that were sold, I think, from Michaels. I think is where I got them. I'm not 100% sure. I might have gotten those from Cool Tools, but I don't remember. And it just came in a little package of textures. You can roll your clay out on there, get a texture on the clay, and then make something from it without having to sculpt all the fine lines and little details. The third way is a stencil. You can buy stencils. They're everywhere. More molds. Sorry, just moving him out of the way for the moment. But you can buy stencils or you can create your own. Obviously, I was making rosaries, so I was looking for variations on the theme of having a cross. And I just found it was easier to go ahead and make my own stencil. It's taped together on the edge, so it's a couple of sheets thick cardstock. And then I just cut it out with an X-Acto. And I've used that pretty successfully. But of course, there are commercially available molds that you could use, or stencils that you could use as well. And I just wanted to show you really quickly. This came from a mold that I got at Cool Tools. In fact, let me just grab that. And you can see when it fires, it shrinks. But there it is, true to life. That's the image. I didn't have to sculpt it by hand. I don't have to be good at it yet. This is actually a combination of 2 molds that I made myself. So you can see, actually this one's a little manky, but you can see that they join together. They sinter together in the kiln. So I didn't have to sculpt this out of a single piece. This, I used a stencil and then mounted something that I molded to the top of it. Let me move in. This Madonna and Child came from a mold that I got at Cool Tools. And then I used a stencil to cut out the cross and I centered the 2 together. This one was just straight up, I made a mold, I molded it, I fired it, boom, there you go. So this isn't a mold that's commercially available. It's one that I made myself using the silicone putty. I've got the process of molding on some other videos. But yeah, that's it. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until somebody says, oh my gosh, that is the best sculpt I've ever seen. You can get started right now, today, maybe in a minute if you have to make your own stencil. But there you go. If you enjoyed this content, like and subscribe, and the gods of YouTube will show you more of it. I'm Allison White from WhyteWing.com, and thanks for playing.